you don't live in isolation. That this gospel, according to Jimmy, of how odious debt must be gotten rid of sprouts from a personal issue that you have as a business person who was not allowed in on certain projects. And so that's why you have a little bit of a vendetta. Let's deal with that issue and just say what the issue is here. That does it come from a place whereby you're very concerned about what is happening with Kenyans and saying, you know what, this cannot be the case, or you know what, I'm going to point out these things because I was left out of a particular business deal?
Okay, I think that is very misguided. There was a lot of propaganda, especially in the previous government, that Jimmy is annoyed, Jimmy is supporting Raila Odinga, Jimmy is raising all these things because he didn't get the business deals, he didn't get this, he didn't get that. This is total rubbish. Total rubbish. I helped that government come to power. I helped that government come to power. I had no MOU about business deals with that government. No. We were doing something phenomenal at the time. We had just come from clashes in 2007, where brother killed brother in this country. We had never seen it before. Right? Neighbor was killing a neighbor. We had never seen it before. 1,400 people had died just out of an election process. We were healing the nation and ensuring that it does not happen again. Because there were two communities that were in the forefront of that fight and had been for some time, government's part. But that time, it was like it was an organic hatred. And we knew that if those two communities stop fighting, this country will stop fighting. It will not be brother against brother again. So we were healing the nation. And I think we did a good job. I don't think we've seen that sort of thing since 2007.
Right.
The community is fighting community. Brother is fighting brother. What you're now seeing are goons and all this is organized payments from a government. But this other thing was so tumultuous. You know, we like to forget, but it was horrific. We watched it. Innocent people, preachers, mothers, children, killed, maimed, burnt. It was horrible, displaced from their homes. People are fleeing even to Uganda. I mean, we've never seen that in Kenya. We like to forget, but it was an amazing moment now in our history. Now, we were healing that. So if some of us were keen on putting the two that were seen as the forefronts of it, right, who are being charged in the ICC, to heal this process with communities, I really think people should look at it that way. It had nothing to do with deals. It was something phenomenal that was done. And I think, and I'm glad it was achieved. Now, their governance is something else. And that's where now many of us fell apart with them. Kibaki created an economy for all. He brought the private sector, right, into the mainstream of economic growth. He just catalyzed. The model here, with Uhuru and with William today, was extraction. Government is everything. We had 3 to 5%, 8% interest rates under Kibaki. How did they just shoot up to 20? We had access to capital. Everybody was growing somewhere. Cost of living, people are not complaining about. There was infrastructure growth that was phenomenal. You know, we like to forget, we got our internet under Kibaki. Fiber optic cable. Look at what he created. The media, when did it become free? How many radio stations opened up? TV stations opened up. He opened it. That's how he took revenue from 200 billion to 1 trillion. But now we became an extraction economy. Government is everything. And money was sapped from our taxes. Money was sapped from our banks. And that model was the model we saw under Moi. Right? It reduces us. And it was the model I disagreed with. Only to find, when I was running for presidency in 2021, 2022, I said, you know, anybody who is going to be CEO of this country, just like if you're taking over a company, you must know the accounts. So, we audited, did a massive forensic audit. It had nothing to do with anything. We had a feeling, because we were looking at this tax burden on taxes, the debt burden on taxes, that there's something going on here. Let me tell you, there's one project that everybody says I was upset with. It's called SGR.
Yes, the SGR, that has come up quite some, you know.
Yes, I was a founder of that project. We began pushing that project in 2008 with the same company, China Road and Bridge. And you know, the conclusion of it was that we were going to do it private. So for about 55 billion shillings, we were going to do the rail from Mombasa to Malaba, private. In fact, we had a return on investment of it of 7 to 8 years. All right? We're just straightening the line by turning to SGR standard. We're not going to the civil works of up. And, right, we had a PPP model with Kenya Railways. Because we were taking their land, they were going to have a share of the company.
Okay.
Right? Now, it changed and morphed into a project of 380 billion for the first phase, Mombasa, Nairobi. From 55 to Malaba. 380 billion from
to
Mombasa
Nairobi.
to Nairobi. And then another 180, right, to Naivasha. Now, let's just say it's 120. So 500 to Mombasa. I mean to Naivasha. So 500 billion, okay, for that short stretch. Have you ever seen the end of that line? You should see it. In this so-called Duka Moja.
Right.
You will get the shock of your life.
It just stops.
It stops. In fact, now there are people who are farming all over.
Yeah.
It's actually shocking to see. Okay? It's a railway to nowhere.
So did